Hello, I'm just here to talk about something I wanted to do this for a while. I wanted to show my collection of Nintendo GameCube games. Now, the GameCube is actually my favorite system of all time. I've had this thing since I was a kid. I spent so much time playing it. It's fucking amazing. The games kick ass. There's so many awesome games. It's a really underrated system, and I really recommend picking one up if you don't already have a Wii. If you have a Wii, I recommend checking out some of these games I'm about to show you. Now, I have a pretty large GameCube collection, so let's start with. Excuse me, I'm grabbing them off the shelves. First game is Mario Party 5. This is the only GameCube Mario Party game I actually own. I have played 4, 6, and 7, but I only own 5. This is a pretty good game. Not as good as the one during the 64, but I still spent tons of time playing this with my friends and my family. I think it's a really fun game. Some of the mini games are really awesome. They're even good enough to replay from time to time. This is a pretty awesome game, and it's not that expensive, so I recommend picking this one up. And next we have True Crime Streets of LA. This one is not that good. It's on PS2 and Xbox as well, and PC, I think. It's just a GTA ripoff. It's not that good. Wouldn't highly recommend this one, but yeah, would recommend it. Next is one of the games I bought a GameCube for, the Resident Evil remake. I think the disc is loose. There we go. Now, I had the original Resident Evil on PlayStation. I freaking loved to death. And when I heard there was a remake coming out for the GameCube, I knew I had to get a GameCube, so I went out and bought this. This is a really kick-ass game. The graphics are fucking incredible. It still manages to get a scare out of me from time to time. It's really awesome. Just can't recommend this one enough. Next is Alien Hominid. This is a weird game. It's on a two-dimensional plane with like a 2D side scroll. It plays a little alien go around shoot the living shit out of everything that moves. Kind of like Contra in a way, at least that's how I saw. It's really mindless, but it's totally awesome. Really great game. Really, you have to play this one. Next is what I consider to be one of the most underrated GameCube games, Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. I know from the title, probably sounds, well, that's fucking stupid, but no. This is actually a really awesome platformer. It says right there, from the creators of Sonic the Hedgehog, so Sonic Team made this game, and it's really awesome. I absolutely love this game, and it's friggin' fantastic. Can't recommend that one enough. Next is the only player's choice game I own, Sonic Adventure DX. I didn't own a Dreamcast at the time, and Dreamcast at the time when I had a GameCube, but I did play the original Sonic Adventure, and I really loved the game and wanted a way to play it myself. And so when I found a version for it for the GameCube, had to pick it up. It's a perfect port of the Dreamcast version. If you have the Dreamcast version, this is pretty pointless to buy, but if you don't have access to the Dreamcast version, in fact, I think it's on Xbox Live now. So this is kind of pointless to have now since you can just download it on Xbox Live for pretty cheap, but it's an awesome piece to add to a GameCube collection. Next we have Swingers Golf. I got this one at a yard sale for like $1. It's a more arcadey kind of golf game, kind of like Mario Golf in a way. It's actually not that bad. It's really cheap, so if you like arcade golf games, like Mario Golf, you might get a kick out of this one. Up next we have Mario Power Tennis. I love the original Mario Tennis on the N64. This one is no different. This one, in fact, I think is better than the one on the N64. It's a really fun game, really addictive, especially multiplayer. Can't recommend it enough. Next, Mario Kart Double Dash. Now, Mario Kart 64 is one of my favorite, one of my favorite N64 games ever, and it was a tough act to follow. But this one, it didn't quite get to Mario Kart 64, but it still did good. It definitely fun. Spent tons of hours playing it with my brother. Really fun game. It's probably, if you want a Mario Kart game, you probably should go with Mario Kart 64, Mario Kart Wii. But this was pretty awesome, pretty good. So might be worth it. Up next we have Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. Now, Godzilla is just a Godzilla fighter. What's not to love? You just control, it says on the back, you control tons of different Godzilla monsters fighting in various locations. What's not to love? It's a total arcade kind of experience. Totally awesome. Next, we have Battalion Wars. This is another game for the GameCube that I feel is pretty underrated. Probably the reason it was released in 2005, very late into the GameCube's life. But, whatever. This is just, I think this game is really underrated. It's really awesome. Fun little arcade war simulator. Still really fun. But if you have a GameCube or a Wii, you can pick this up for really cheap, so really recommended. Next we have Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. The port of Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast, which I never actually played on the Dreamcast. And this actually is one of my favorite GameCube games. And it's my favorite game in the Sonic series. It's really, really fun to play. This is actually one of the times I actually enjoyed the stories of this game, believe it or not. I love the fact you could play between the good and the bad guys. That was kind of bullshit. You had to play through the game twice to get the true ending, but whatever. But this game is really fun, particularly the Sonic and the Shadow levels. The Knuckles and the Tails levels are kind of eh. And I actually really like the Knuckles and Rouge treasure hunting levels. But this is a really awesome game. Highly recommended. Next we have Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life, my favorite game in the Harvest Moon series. The second favorite, that's behind Harvest Moon 64. But this game is really awesome. It's, some people say the setting is kind of dull and boring, and it kind of is, but give it some time and you'll really get addicted to it. Really awesome. Next, Pokemon Coliseum. Now, I fucking adored Pokemon when this game came out, so when I saw a 3D Pokemon RPG for the GameCube, had to go out and buy it. I was disappointed. This game isn't really that good. You can't catch any Pokemon you want. You can only catch Shadow Pokemon, which is really stupid. You can only catch the Pokemon predetermined. So I don't really enjoy this one. I don't know if any other people do, but personally, I would not recommend this game. Star Fox Adventures. Now, this game surprised me because I was expecting another game like Star Fox 4, flying around the R-Wing, shooting stuff, but no, we get a 3D adventure game. Expected it to suck, but I surprisingly really enjoyed it. Not as much as Star Fox 64, but still awesome game for what it is. Recommended. This is the first game I bought first game I got with my GameCube, Luigi's Mansion. Don't be deterred that this is a launch game, or that some people really like to beat on this game, but don't believe them. This game is really, really awesome. It's short though, so you can beat it pretty quickly, but for what it's worth, it's really fun. And next is Animal Crossing. Another life simulator game. I didn't expect to really get addicted to this game, but I really, really loved it. Only get this game if you can invest a lot of time in it, because that's really what you're going to need to do. This game basically, it's playing even when you're not. really only play this game if you can really invest some time. Next we have Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, a game that a lot of people actually really don't like, but I surprisingly really loved it, particularly if you can get people in multiplayer, but multiplayer can be kind of difficult since you need Game Boy Advances and the Game Boy, the GameCube link cables. So it can be kind of hard to get multiplayer, but if you can, it's really, really fun. I can't recommend this one enough if you can get multiplayer. Next we have my favorite GameCube game ever, Zelda the Wind Waker. Good God, this game is freaking incredible. It's my second favorite Zelda game behind Majora's Mask. But really, this game is so incredible. Can't recommend picking this one up enough. Though it's getting kind of pricey. I've looked recently, it was selling for like $50, so the game's getting kind of pricey. But if you get the money, have $50 to spare, this is a really, really awesome game to spend it on. And inside, oh no, the disc is it's in my GameCube, but we have a Zelda Collector's Edition. See the manual there. I keep with Wind Waker since I don't have a separate case for it. Collector's Edition is Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask put into one disc. Really awesome thing to have if you don't want to hook up your systems. You don't have to play a different Zelda game each time. Next is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Now, I was not a big fan of, I'm not a big skateboarding fan, but I surprisingly really like this one. Excuse me. But, this is a really fun game. Really arcadey. I know I keep using that word, but that's what this game is. It's arcadey. You just keep going at high school, and it can be kind of addictive, so I recommend. Next, F-Zero GX. Really, really freaking hard for a racing game. Because this game is freaking insanely difficult. But it's also insanely fun. It's a really fun game, but you will be frustrated playing this game. You will get pissed off, believe me. And up next is Mario Superstar Baseball. I actually didn't really care for this one all that much. It wasn't bad, but something about it just didn't rub me the right way. It's definitely my least favorite of the Mario spin-offs. But a lot of people seem to enjoy it, so recommend it. Next is probably the game that most people know the GameCube for, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Good God, I have spent untold amount of hours on this game. I locked every character, every level, played it multiplayer for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. I love it to absolute death. It's my favorite in the Smash Bros. Series. Cannot recommend this game enough. Next is Simpsons Hit and Run. On the PlayStation 2 and Xbox as well. GameCube version is what I have. Really fun game. It's really fun, kind of like Grand Theft Auto. You can't kill people, obviously, but for what it is, really fun. And the last game is Metroid Prime. Freaking amazing. Love the atmosphere, love the music, love the graphics, love the gameplay. Can't recommend this one enough. Well, that's my GameCube collection. Thank you for watching. Bye.